All right, cyber traders, welcome on back. Just another beautiful day, isn't it? Markets are moving up. We have a nice, beautiful trade here on PLTR. So great to see everybody here this Wednesday, February 15th, shortly after 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Welcome on back for the afternoon meeting. Hopefully good to go across the board inside the live trading room. Hopefully. Looks like I might have a small little audio issue there. Give me a quick second. I know I'm good to go on social. For all of us joining us here on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook Live, etc., just give me a quick second here. Know that everybody could see my screen at least. Just want to make sure it was good. I don't think I'm good inside the trading room. All right, bear with me for a split moment. Probably just do a log out there, log back in for them. Got about 105 of us there right now, so give me a quick moment. All right, test 1 2 1 2 for all of us inside the live trading room. I believe I am now good to go for all of us there. For Steve, Leda, Brian, etc. Let me know. There we go. All right. So not much wait time for us on social media. They were good to go. So I appreciate their patience. But Ray, Ravina, John, Ron, Brad, all of us here live. Great to have all of us here. And thankfully you could hear me. Now you can know why I always ask for that sound check to begin. I was able to tell pretty quickly, but nevertheless, we are good to go here, folks. So let's hop right to it. Thankfully, we're good to go because we're finishing up the Phase 1 stock course coming up later on today, at least for the month of February, our final class for Phase 1. We'll be talking about journaling your trades. And then actually coming up tomorrow, believe it or not, tomorrow we're going to be beginning Phase 2. Normally that would be next week. I think going forward, what we'll be doing is consolidating classes into the same week, Phases 1 and 2 at least. So, we'll talk more about that down the line, but definitely tomorrow, the Phase 2 stock course for the month of February. So I look forward to it. PLTR, at least for right now, has been a phenomenal trade across the whole day. I mean, really from yesterday into this morning into right now. Let me just double check, make sure my 5-minute here has the pre-market data. There we go. You can see it took off right away after the market opened up. Not much hesitation after the open. It popped right away above pre-market levels there and took off. But ultimately on this trade, I ended up leaning into this off of 960. Oh, my. It's just an unprepared meeting here for myself. How about that? Give me a split moment. I thought I had the right chart here up even to show. I copy paste. I was working with a student on a coaching call, and I was using that screen here. So what are we doing here? Green Global. There we go. So the PLTR trade, it was really off of the 960 level. A few different icebergs on this trade throughout the day. Early in pre-market, they showed, but over time, the stock ended up just breaking resistance after resistance broke over 960, and that's where I ended up jumping in. So from that point, led to a nice push, and over time, just kept giving, moved all the way up to 10. Now, I could have gotten out just prior to 11:30. It was a really good day so far up until then. So I ended up keeping a small amount of shares into even right now. And right now, at least our next major level on this trade, I have a couple of historical levels on the daily chart. The blue line here is actually the purple dashed at 1040. So that is really a key level I'm looking to just see a top off of and just take the money out at that price. But yeah, definitely Palantir, definitely a good stock to follow. Nice to have this back in play. We followed this off its IPO like a couple years back, and it was really liquid, has a really big float, large number of outstanding shares. And over time, it ran well, but it obviously dumped off. It's a defense company. We've had a couple of big contracts over the last year. But with that, though, I mean, for a very liquid trade, the more volatile it gets, yes, it becomes more volatile, faster moving, but it's still going to be pretty liquid. It'll still be on a fairly tight 1 or 2 cent spread. And, I'll just tell you, like, the more expensive this gets, I'll probably be more inclined to follow it. So, yeah, definitely for this afternoon, Palantir, PLTR. And then on top of that, really quickly, it's pulling back a bit right now, but it broke a new high just a moment ago. The AI trade, I was looking for a pullback down towards this purple line, historical support, basically this blue line right here off of 2440, 2435. Ended up bottoming out pretty nicely off of 2450, if anything. So, this is also another one that was a really good trade to us from the morning and going into the afternoon. It made a really fortunate bounce from that 2450. It was a great trade for myself and one of our students on a coaching call. And with that, it's been pushing up since. dropping back down now, I guess I could say here, but I'm going to look for 25 to hold as support. If not even 25, then maybe just these previous highs for it to snap back up and above these highs here pretty soon. I'll definitely be inclined to put this AI trade on our main list either way. The SOUN stock is not looking as good. I mean, it's up a little bit percentage-wise today, but the AI is looking a lot healthier. It was at least from earlier. So, I'll be more inclined to follow that AI trade. The other one, BBAI, the other AI company, not really doing much of anything either. All right. So with that, though, we'll kind of be efficient with time, right? We got class coming up at the top of the hour, 3:05 Eastern. So want to make sure all of our gold students, actually, rather, all of our Cyber Group Plus members and above have access to that. So, you folks can click the link for that coming up here in a bit. But let's run it right from the top. And let's see what we have here. So I'm going to just kind of skip over any of these cheapies below $1. And that leads me right to TNON. What the hell just happened here? This thing just got halted out of nowhere. That is a freak pop. That is a pretty interesting pop and halt right now, folks, but better now than ever. I mean, that is a hell of a well-timed, turnover here to TNON. I had no idea this was even halted. Yeah, Wendy, it's halted right now. It got halted at 2:34:15. So about a minute and a half ago. It'll reopen up 5 minutes from then. So at 2:41:15, that should reopen. Keep your eye out for 2:41:15. It should, 2:49. Jesus Christ. 2:39:15. Bad math. 2:39:15. I'm writing that down right now. It's been a long day on the stick here. A lot of talking. So some bad math there. 2:39:15. This should reopen, but we'll put it on our list either way. It looks interesting for right now. RDW, another stock. I mean, I ended up missing out on this trade from the late morning, early afternoon. I was more inclined to follow the others that I started this meeting off with. So RDW, nice run up right now, broke higher at 2 p.m. Like beautiful flag. How about this? Coming off the phase 1 stock course earlier today. Not the prettiest. It was trying to build up with the higher lows, prior, and it was holding resistance pretty well right off of that 350. It dipped under the trend line at least initially, but then it broke higher, really big pop. Big Fausto flag, right? So it led to a perfect reaction up, and with that, it's still looking pretty good here. So, next resistance off of 4. Not to jump around too much, folks, but a little update for you. We got a big update on the AI. Another run back up here. It made the exact pop I was hoping for, back above those previous highs here. And we'll look to see if we can make the better squeeze now at this point. There we go. Good timing. All right. Let's see what else we got. Irene, Fausto nicknamed yesterday, and a really good run from his call out yesterday and still looking really strong. I feel like you'd be pissed off I didn't put this on the list, right? I mean, this is such a nice chart, nice trend, cheap stock, kind of like that Oscar trade we had from like the end of last week into beginning of this. Irene's obviously looking much better, so we'll put the Irene stock on our list here too. Wow, a bunch of different runners here so far, folks. Nice to see. DGLY. I think this is the police body cam company. We've traded this company on and off over the years. Not really looking too good, I'll be honest with you. I mean, just pretty illiquid, big spread. Not much really to write home about on this one. On the flip side, Upstart, UPST. I think I'd called this out earlier this morning too. Maybe it was yesterday I had it on my side list. Either way, I didn't trade this today. Ended up making a beautiful pop, running up really nicely from the open, made the higher low roughly off of 2050, a little under, but ended up building the support from that point afterwards. Looking pretty good. On the way up towards resistance, next whole number level off of $22. Upstart, I believe, is a loan company, right? So it's like Upstart, Affirm, SoFi, all of those look pretty healthy. I mean, hell, the whole market's moving up. So I don't want to build too big of a watch list. Upstart looks really good. Affirm, I think, could be more bang for your buck compared to SoFi, although SoFi is cheaper. I think this could be the more volatile trade in a good way. So I'll put Affirm on our list too. Brian says, halted again. Oh, I missed my timing on that. Aye. Yeah, 239.15 it reopened up, and well, 239.45 it got halted. So there we go. Not much time to jump in on that one, folks. So if you missed it, there's plenty more else out there. Don't try and jump in on something that's moving up too fast. It's going to eventually get halted on the way down, right? We know that. Roblox ended up making a big pop early this morning. Thankfully, ended up grinding on up afterwards. It's still looking pretty strong here. Nice rounded bottom. If you're trading a more expensive stock, then I'm sure you'll be more inclined to follow this. So I'll put this on the main list, though. Looks good. All right. Now, actually, at this point, I'm going to yank my own leash here and kind of say, well, how many stocks do we already have on this damn list? Because I don't want to build out too big of a watch list now at this point. We got 2, 4, 6, 8 stocks to work with already. I think, granted, the market's up. So, obviously, we're going to find more from the gainer side here. But, I don't want to build up anything too big. The QS trade, it's pretty volatile in a good way. Very liquid, relatively cheap stock, moderately priced, $10. It was trending on up beautifully before. We had a big print that came in right when we started this meeting at 2:30. So let's scroll down on the tape. There we go, right at 1050. Big buy print right there for about 177,000 shares off of the high of the day, basically. So, it needs to really make a stronger pop over that price for it to make a respectable, run up, not just like a new high, but like something we could actually make money off of. So I don't want to say it's 1050 or bust. If it pulls all the way down at 10, that could potentially be support. But, otherwise that 1050 is a really strong price level to keep your eyes on. And I mean, it just even shows on the TradeStation matrix here. Looking at that histogram, definitely big money traded right off that 1050, mainly in this one block print. All right, what else we got here? Let me just kind of move my matrix back there, finagle my daily chart. This looks good though. So QS I'll add. How much more could we add though? That's the question. Got Coinbase up big, obviously, with Bitcoin making a strong move back up again, back up to 23K. That I could easily put on our list, but I want to find something more within our price range. Mara could go with it. I thought Mara actually made a nice move yesterday. It actually shut me up a little bit yesterday for all the afternoon smack I give it here. I mean, it broke higher. It didn't make that illustrious dollar run that you would love to see, right? Moved up nicely. Nice jogger into the close, not a runner. But yeah, I wouldn't expect for this to run really fast heading into the close, this Mara. Stitch Fix, again, another one at the high of the day. It's a slow poke. I'm not really trying to. Got to find something to make some actual money on, right? This ADPT trade doesn't look too bad of a pattern. It's at the highs, coiling up. It seems like it wants to make that bigger pop, but I'm not really too fond of the stock or familiar, I guess I should say. So, it doesn't have terrible liquidity, but, again, same to be said here on the others. So, we'll kind of cherry pick at this point. We'll kind of pass on this for right now. All right, so let's hop over to the loser side right now, folks. If there's anything looking good that I missed that's moving up, just like please now, like that's how we work together as a team. Type it in the chat board. Let me know. Like all of us collectively, for all of us inside the trading room, or all of us on social media. A little timed water break in between, and here we go. So, believe it or not, GLYC is shortable. It's easy to borrow on my TradeStation platform. I didn't check to see if it was or was not. It's just you could tell. I mean, it's just right there. It doesn't say HB next to the ticker. So you should be able to short this right out the gate and have been. And at this point right now, it actually could be a nice short heading into the close. The part where I'm reluctant on this trade in particular is you're getting a little too close to the ground floor. Is it really worth it? If it was like a stock that's like $3, well, that's different than $1.60. You know what I mean? There's a little bit more room there. So I don't know. It's getting slow. It's down big. Don't get me wrong. If you're able to grab it from earlier, kudos to you. But I'd be more interested in the CRDO trade, if anything. Right? Mark saying $1.60 downside, unlimited upside. Well, No, vice versa. We're talking about the short there, Mark. So there's only $1.60 worth of upside and unlimited downside if it squeezes. But here with CRDO, there's at least a little bit more upside on the short. Remember, the stock is trending down. That's what we're focused on here first, the trend. So, it doesn't seem like it's ready to make that bigger squeeze just yet. Now, that could be an opportunity if we fail to see continuation on the way down. That could be like secondary thought. But yeah, for right now, CRDO doesn't seem like it wants to squeeze back up. That was like a quick pop and drop from the open. And since it's only been really dropping, so I'll be more inclined to put this on our main list as a short. Wow, I forgot about Sabre. Yeah, like 1 o'clock Eastern time, Sabre got crushed, ended up dropping off early this morning, but like kind of like mid-afternoon. Big 30-cent drop. I mean, I guess that could have been a good opportunity, but yeah, for right now, I mean, this is squeezing up a tiny amount, but there's better out there. All right. I mean, I guess there could be a few different stocks here. I see a few different like mining or energy companies down big today. Just early this morning, we have, I think, Hecla Mining, DVN, Boyle. All right. I don't really see much else that stands out on the loser side here. So again, just last call. Let me know if there's anything else that I'm missing. Up, down, left, right, more than 5%. I appreciate that, Norman. Thank you very much. Just on the audio there, just checking the comment from before, but I'm good on the audio there. Appreciate that, my friend. All right, just checking Benzinga Pro briefly, just seeing if there's anything from my scanners there. This SERA, this thing was a mess early this morning. It ran up well, but then it dumped off going into the open or after the open. It was one that I thought was going to dump after the open, so thankfully I missed all of that. But now it's trying to move back up. Is it really trying to tease us again for another pop here? It's actually up near 50% on the day, moving back up to the VWAP, moving back up to 2. Here's the thing, and this is where I'll bring up level 4. How about this little education here? Obviously, we have our main class coming up later today. This is not necessarily the time to teach, but I got to show this. This is pretty interesting. Do I even have this up still? Yeah, I do. Okay, there we go. SERA on my level 4. So we would be accustomed to saying that $2 is a big level. We would be accustomed to saying that a whole number like $2 would be a key level. Well, when you're looking at the CVP column here, the volume histogram from pre-market and certainly after the open as well, I don't really see much volume filled at 2. I don't think 2 is a big level in pre-market trading. I mean, look at the volume here at 2, and then kind of just look at the one dot that's right here at 190. What's the bigger level? Is it 2, or is it at least where we had a block print for 53,000 at 190, and then certainly 210 was a bigger level than that. So on this day today, 190, I had my line there. I had a skinny guy here too, not even a fat one, skinny one there too. You'd figure that would be a big level, but I didn't have much faith in it. 210, I feel like will be the bigger talking point should this look to make the better move up. So for right now, I'm not fully sold on it just yet. I'm going to keep this on the side list for right now. I got a better trade here, though. HYPR up 15%, catching this from the corner of my eye on Benzinga Pro right now, too. This one's, like I just said, at the highs and ended up making a nice pop yesterday for us as well. So it seems a little bit sharper, a little bit stronger right now going up. All right, so now we got 10 stocks on our main list. I really don't have a need to put too much more on there unless if there's something that's like jaw-dropping, something that's like, wow. Again, DraftKings, at the high of the day, good day. Markets are at the highs too, right? But, there's a lot that looks like this. So that's where we can't build up too big of a watch list right now at this point, right? BuzzFeed's teasing us. I'm going to pass on that. That's not looking good. The DGLY, not looking good there. Take a look at some name brand companies like a Shopify out there. Obviously, we're not going to trade in Apple mainly, but we'll look at it. It's just double top, looking pretty strong. Amazon, broke over 100 earlier, ran over 100 actually on a retest. So, that's actually looking pretty bullish, but it's got to blast over 101 soon enough. Hopefully the SPY will make a stronger pop altogether. All right, folks, we're going to wrap up for right now. Hey, if you're on social media, if you're Norman or Derek or all of us on social media, I appreciate you joining us each and every day, each and every afternoon here. Now, if you wanted to join us inside our live trading room, feel more than free to go right down to the link on the green banner below, just at the bottom of the stream right there to get yourself set up on a week-long trial. I was going to originally say, shoot me a quick email. If you're interested in sending over any questions or trades that you'd like to review with me on the side, if you're interested in doing that prior to joining us, I always like to post my email here at the end of these streams either way, josh@ctutrading.com. All right, now for all of us inside the live trading room, Leda, Michael, Wendy, Ravina, Brian, etc. Best of luck trading going into the market close if you are not joining me in class. But for those of us that are, I look forward to seeing you coming up right at the top of the hour here, right at 3:05 p.m. Eastern Time. Talk to you soon, folks. Take care.